Díomh Corda Spanachdi they live Gullair. Well, hello there, my friends. Thank you for joining me here on this beautiful, most magical of days. So I was initially going to do a simple 3-card spread for us all using this beautiful Celtic Shamans Oracle pack, but the cards themselves have decided otherwise. Because the very first card out is card number 1, which is the Tree of Vision and Tradition. And whenever this card is drawn in any spread, we are immediately guided to do a full 7-card Shaman's Path spread, which is exactly what I've done for us here today. So please come join me on this little journey. Now, the first card is the Finding the Way card, which, as I said, here is card number 1, the Tree of Vision and Tradition. The tree represents the 3 circles of Celtic shamanic tradition. The 3rd circle here represented by the roots of the tree being our everyday, mundane world in which we all live. The 2nd circle, represented here by the trunk of the tree, is the way between worlds, the pathway leading us from our 3rd circle up into the 1st, here represented by the crown of the tree. This is the other world, the firmament, Mogmel as it is known in Celtic mythology. This card is also a card of great change, a card of new beginnings, possibly the start of a new journey. So this leads us along to the 2nd stage in our little journey here today. 2nd card being the Initiation card. That brings us card number 22, the Stag, the Buck, which to the ancient Celts also represented Cernunnos, the ancient Celtic god of the forest, protector of nature. This is a card of great strength, a card of virility, a card of freedom. Now, the Stag is our first guide on our journey here today. And it's a powerful ally to have and a wonderful companion, particularly if you're facing any problems that may require strength and stamina. The stag was also a symbol to the ancient Celts of the hunt, here representing death and rebirth, renewal, which ties us back to our first card, the Tree of Vision and Tradition, which spoke of change, new beginnings, the beginning of a new journey. Now, as you may be able to see from this fine beast, his antlers are comprised of 7 tines, 7 being a sacred number, symbolizing your connection to Mogmel, your connection to the other world. Okay, so the stag brings us along to the third part of our journey. This is the Travelling to Inner Realms card, which here is card number 15, the Circle of 9. Here we see 9 ancient standing stones, which are in fact surrounding the third circle of Celtic lore surrounding our everyday existence. The Circle of 9 represents the second circle of Celtic mythology, our journey between worlds. This card is asking us to step outside of this third circle, maybe stepping outside of our comfort zone, doing new things that may be unfamiliar to us. But when we do step outside of this first circle, passing through the second, along the way between worlds, who knows what wonders may await us. And here we can see, just outside the Circle of 9, the entrance to Magmel, the gateway to the firmament, just waiting for us to pass through. Now, entry through this world can sometimes be challenging and often confusing, but it is only by our own perseverance, always assisted by our guides and companions, that we may gain entry to Magmel. But before we can do this, we will require a second guide on our journey. Fourth card out being the guidance card, which here brings us card number 26, the Otter. So the Otter will guide us through the second circle up into the first. Now the Otter is equally at home on the earth as it is in the water. This easily allows it to travel between worlds, making it the ideal guide forward in our journey. The otter is renowned by the Celts for its ability to preserve life, making it a powerful guardian on our journey. So remember, we all have guides, we all have assistance on our path, on our journey. All we have to do is ask, and it shall be given. Okay. So the otter now guides us forward to the fifth stage of our journey, the spiral way, taking us further along our path, gaining deeper levels of understanding. This brings us card number 14, the firmament, which is the first circle of Celtic lore. Magmel. This is the dwelling place of the spirits of knowledge, home of the fae folk, of the elementals, the spirits of earth, air, fire and water. It is a gloriously happy place of laughter, light and abundance. And it is here that these beautiful beings may share their precious wisdom with us, their knowledge of the stars, knowledge of crystals, and the keepers of ancient wisdom. Now, that brings us to the sixth part of our journey, known as the Shaman's Bag. Here we take a moment to make choices and decisions. What have we gathered in our own metaphorical shaman's bag? What tools have we gained to draw on for our future development? So this brings us card number 37, the Lord of the Sea. This giant figure, seen here with his hair of seaweed, being at the same time both part of the sea, but also something much, much more entirely. He's a craftsman, a wielder of magic. He is famed for his generosity, offering his gifts freely to all who require them. This card also represents the magical cleansing power of water. The Lord of the Sea will speed us on our journey, cleansing and rejuvenating us as we go. Now this brings us to the final part of our short journey, the transformation card, which here is card number 17, the Mound of Wonders. This card represents the end of our journey, where we've come to terms with our new inner self. This card shows a green mound with an arched doorway streaming forth rays of golden light. Representing the power of Mother Earth, these mounds are known in Irish mythology as scythes. It is said to sit or lay upon one is to invite more wonders from the other world into our soul. It is a way into the heart of the very element of earth itself, to the body of the primal mother that has given us life. Well, there we go, folks. Thank you for joining me here today. I thought I would finish up by reading a short extract from a poem by the 6th century Celtic bard Taliesin, which gives us something of an insight to his thoughts on the creation of the heavens and the earth. First, pardon me. First, there was a separation of the elements, the fire and the water, the sea and the earth. For not of one nature are fire and earth. A tangled chain from earth to sky. Who but the skillful one connected them with skill and artifice in all things, and who filled the sea with brine, for not of one nature are heaven and earth. Neither stone nor iron make it strong, nor reeds nor straw create for it a roof, nor heavy lead weighs upon it, nor metal worked with fire encircles it. Has not the skilful one clothed it in water and ice? A pure prophet has proclaimed it. It is not the skill of the ever-living one. Has not the skilful one adorned the heavens with stars and signs, with sun and moon? Daily the sun wheels around the earth, giving light from on high to the 5 zones framed by the wonderful Creator. The 2 furthest are bound by snow and ice. On account of their cold, no one goes near them. The others are set off from these, filled with fire and burning heat. The 5th lies in between. No one inhabits it because of the sun's rays in their course. The rest are temperate, receiving heat from one side, cold from the other. God erected 2 fountains of perfect goodness, a fountain of heated air where the sun revolves, a fountain of water from which comes the sea. Thank you very much, my friends. See you all again very, very soon. Slán agus Penach.